What's going on, YouTube? It's Kevin from KTMusicGroup bringing you another reaction video. It's BTS Thursday, and we got a reaction request from Hot Rod Bad Girl, and the request is for BTS from Nobodies to Legends. All right, 2019 is the version that I have right here. So without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. Y'all know what to do. Check out the merch, leave a reaction request. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our Smooth Jazz Funk reaction channel right here. All right, we're back. Without further ado, let's get into it. Nobodies to Legends. BTS. I always like to hear the backstory. You know, how somebody came from. Well, anyway, let's check it out.
둘, 셋, 방탄! 안녕하세요, 방탄소년단입니다. 둘, 셋, 방탄! 안녕하세요, 방탄소년단입니다. 데뷔한 지 이제 오늘로 16일이니까 5일째인데요. 완전 생 초짜신입니다.
무슨 거예요?
네, 감독님들이 정말 저희들의 이름을 모르시거든요. 신인이다 보니
이 이름표가 없이도 저의 이름을 정말 아셔서 저의 얼굴만 보고도 누구신지 아실 수 있게 정말 그날까지 꼭 입어보도록 하겠습니다.
Hey, I always love backstories and the history, a success story, the history of a success story, so to speak. Because not only does it apply to music, in this case, you know, a music group, entertainment and all that, it applies to anything that you try to do successfully. All right, there's gonna be there's that ground zero, and then if you keep going, you know, ground zero is the beginning. If you keep going and you don't quit, there's a tipping point, and then, you know, sky's the limit, and that's when you reach that status of success. And then if you really gifted, you become legends, all right, in that field, whatever it is, entertainment or not. Sharing one room. Told he wouldn't make it. To 16 hours a day. And I'll tell you, before he gets going, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if you do anything for 12 to 16 hours a day, you're gonna be successful and you're gonna win. But you don't know where the tipping point is gonna be. Their 12 to 16 hours may have led to their success in a year or 2 or 3. You might have to do that for 5 years or even 10 years. But if you quit the 9th year and your time is the 10th year, then, you know, that's your fault. Hell, that's my story. All right, another day for another subject for another day. Let's keep going.
산 넘어 산이라는 말이 딱 맞는 게, 정말 데뷔하면 모든 게 다 잘 되고 뭔가 괜찮을 것 같았는데, 정말 또 더 큰 세상을 보니까 더 큰 고민을 하게 되고.
Falsely accused of what? What? Plagiarism? Chart manipulation? How do you do that?
What? Shut the front door.
They got death threats?
환호가 끝나기도 전에 비난이 몰려왔다. 열심히 하는 것만으로는
I never knew they got death threats. Death threats for being successful? Until you get haters and people that seem to hate you and you can't figure out why, that's when you know you're on the right track and to keep moving in that direction. All right, whatever you're doing is working. If everybody says you're great, you haven't gotten there yet. All right.
아무것도 이룰 수 없을 것 같았다. 꿈, 열정, 노력은 아무 힘이 없는 것 같았다.
BTS!
방탄소년단.
BTS!
20-1 made some really regrettable marks about BTS.
When I first heard something Korean had exploded in America, I got worried.
Yikes.
I don't know. I think they look very nice.
Worried how? Matter of fact, what does that even have to do with that dude's life? Why would he say that? All right. I mean, I ain't judging nobody. I'm far from perfect, but you got worried. Let's keep going.
Oh, that is not what you were saying during the break.
How did this become a thing in Western culture where all these grown men and little girls are off to little K-pop boys?
Listen, the guys were snubbed. They've broken all these records. They've had an epic year. They should be in all the major categories. I don't like the fact that they've separated them.
Sorry to interrupt you, Denny, but that's it's crazy because they constantly outsell American counterparts.
Yeah.
They outperform them, but they're still not acknowledged in the way they should be.
They're really trying to maintain their identity, and there is a barrier there when it comes to the Korean language. Like obviously, there's going to be some North American audiences that aren't going to have that rotation, and it's still an issue with radio. That's the big thing. Like,
you know, the beauty of it is that there's a big world out there. How many? I don't know, 7, 8 billion. I'm guessing. I don't know, 7, 8 billion people. Is that many billions? I remember when it was just 2 or 3 billion. Anyway, so there's only roughly 350 million people in United States of America. So, but there's 7 more billion people out there. So you really don't need the approval of the United States of America in that case. I mean, that's how you want to look at it. I know it's a big market here, but I don't know that, you know, like who likes you, you know, so on and so forth. I mean, wherever your fans come from, enjoy them. You know, every fan, any person that supports you is going to be in addition to your cause, positive addition to your cause. Let's keep going.
I think they're like more enthusiastic than anyone.
Can you describe that enthusiasm?
They brought a boy band from Korea to Grammys.
My next guest can only be described as an international music phenomenon. They have made Time Magazine's most influential list. They're the first Korean act to reach #1 on the Billboard charts, and they just became the first group since the Beatles to earn 3 #1 albums in less than a year.
The 7-member boy band has broken the record for the best-selling album here in Korea. Now, this album, released this April, has sold 3.4 million copies as of May.
BTS had the #1 best-selling physical album in the United States in the first half of this year.
Becoming the first Korean artist to win 2 trophies at the Billboard Music Awards in Las Vegas on Wednesday. The awards were Top Social Artist and Top Duo Group.
BTS has been named the Group of the Year on Variety's Hitmakers list.
BTS performed at the U.S.'s most watched New Year's concert, New Year's Rockin' Eve.
Their upcoming U.S. tour is one of the hottest tickets on Earth. Even more remarkable, considering most of their songs are not in English.
They're headlining 2 sold-out nights at Wembley Stadium.
Like I always say, music doesn't have to be in a certain language. I mean, music is a universal language. So as long as the melody sounds good, it doesn't matter what language they're singing in, as far as I'm concerned. If the beat is good and the music's good and the melody's good, I don't care. I mean, I care what they're saying. They ain't saying something real crazy, but as long as they have all those elements, you know, it doesn't matter what the language is. All right, let's keep going.
Performing for 60,000 screaming fans.
60,000 fans.
한국 공연이랑 다를 게 없이 큰 공연을 하는 것 자체가 아 우리가 여기서도 이렇게 공연을 크게 해요? 라고 다시 한번 되물으니까 그냥 와 우리 그렇게 생각했구나. 처음 했던 악셀 콘서트는 한 번이면 2,000명이 들었어요.
2,000 people is a good concert.
그때 최대 징그라 하게 되고 그냥 어떻게 보면 뭐 기적 같은 수치 아닐까.
An economic analysis showed that BTS's last concert in Seoul created nearly as much economic gains as the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics in early 2018.
It is estimated that roughly 100,000 foreigners came to Korea during that time. That number includes 23,000 foreign fans who came solely to see the concerts and their companions.
24% of ARMY were male, while a clear majority, 76%, were female. 24% were 10 to 19-year-olds, 26% were 20-year-olds, 19% were 30-year-olds, and hold on, this doesn't seem right. 27% were 40 to 49 years old.
Hi, I'm Sam and I'm 34. Hi, I'm Cheryl. I'm just over 50. I'm 56. I'm 64.
See, my sister Shelby just turned, recently she just turned 60. What is she, 60? I want to say 63. Is she 63? No. She's 64 or 65. Yeah, so anyway, and she claims to be BTS's biggest fan. So I'm not surprised. I'm trying to figure out why their biggest fan base is 40 and over versus, I mean, they got a great young fan base. I'm trying to figure out why the older fan base is their largest fan base. All right, with them being so young. Let's go.
I'm 33. I'm 36 years old. Almost 48 years old.
I'm 44 years old. I have 2 children.
BTS, like, telling everyone to love themselves, to, like, you know, be who you are, and right, and you know, having a group of like musicians and like really talented people talking about like better yourself, love yourself, and you know, become something good in life. It's actually good.
I love the band for their message. They're giving
they have great
people who are
messages, flat out.
misunderstood the belief that what they're doing is right, and I think that's very important. You should love yourself.
For a group that is such larger than life, that it can be so easy to like dehumanize them, they really do a good job of keeping themselves like really like just natural and humble.
I've never seen a whole concert.
It's astonishing. I don't know how they do it. They are amazing performers.
And we load up and we had a blast. We got out of our seats, we got right down in the pit and broke a sweat dancing.
As a group, BTS has previously teamed up with UNICEF and spoken in front of the UN about the importance of self-love for global youth.
We have learned to love ourselves. So now I urge you to speak yourself.
Yeah, they've always had great messages.
방탄이라는 게 이제 총알을 막아낸다는 의미잖아요. 이제 총알처럼 쏟아지는 편견과 억압에서 이제 당당히.
Let me read that real quick. Hold on. Let me pause that. I'm gonna read this out loud, just for myself. See, Bangtan means to be resistant to bullets, so it means to block stereotypes, criticisms, and expectations that rain on adolescents like bullets, to preserve the values and the ideals of today's adolescents. J-Hope, BTS. All right, I never knew what the Bangtan meant. So that's where the BT of BTS, you know, comes into play. All right, I never knew that before. All right, let's go.
가치를 지켜내겠다는 그런 심오한 뜻이 담겨 있어요.
아, 좋다.
I'm finding how to love myself. You know, I didn't know anything about love myself, but you guys taught me. Through your eyes, through your love, through your tweets, through your letters, through everything, you guys taught me and inspired me how to love myself. And loving myself is my whole life goal until my death. And you know, what is loving myself? What is loving yourself? I don't know. Who can define their own method and the way of loving myself? It's our mission to define our way to love ourselves. It's never intended, but it feels like I'm using you guys to love myself. So I want to say one thing. Please Please use me. Please use BTS to love yourselves. Because you guys taught me how to love myself.
That's a great message.
Thank you so much. We love you guys. 사랑합니다.
I'm the one I should love. I've never heard a lyric like that. It's always talking about, here in the USA, they always talk about loving others, doing for others before you do for yourself, which I think is, that's dumb and it's backwards. That would be like if your house is on fire, burning down. If you and your neighbor's house both are on fire, your job is to put the water on your house first. Put the flames out on your house first. Then you can go help your neighbor. All right? Get your health together. You get something to eat first. Then you can worry about feeding other people. How can you be starving and feed other people? I mean, that's just stupid. Your house burns down, and you let your house burn down and throw water on your neighbor's house. How do you know that neighbor's gonna help you with your house that just burned down? It starts with yourself first. Take care of yourself, love yourself first. Everything else comes after that, in my opinion. I'm standing on that. I agree with BTS on that. They were nobodies who became legends. All right. All right, special thanks. All right, y'all can pause that, see that if y'all want. All right, so that's from Nobodies to Legends 2019. BTS. Thanks. Another shout out to Hot Rod Bad Girl for that. All right, the lesson here: if you have a goal, don't stop until you've gave it your best shot. Don't give up on yourself. I have to admit that I've quit, I'm not gonna say many times, but I quit a few times, and I left a lot of success and maybe some legendary, maybe I could have been a legend. I'm talking sports for me. I was an exceptional athlete at the youth, middle school, high school level, and college level too. But anyway, that's another story for another day. I could have been a legend. Who knows? I could have been a Hall of Famer. I probably could have, but I didn't see it through. So that's just woulda, coulda, shoulda. So my thing is, you don't make the mistakes that I have. Do it the BTS way, and who knows? You might become a legend. At the minimum, you're gonna become successful, and I think that's the key to the whole thing. Thanks, BTS, for giving us this. Thank you, Hot Rod Bad Girl. Y'all know. Y'all, BTS knocks it out of the park. Great job, BTS. You know, y'all, many congratulations, and y'all keep it coming. Till the next time, y'all take care. Y'all know what to do. Keep that BTS coming. Keep that BTS coming on BTS Thursday, and I'll see y'all next BTS Thursday. Peace.